Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another intriguing, engaging extravaganza of podcast brought to you by Eric Humes, Adam Short, and our gracious host, Rooftop Realty. As noted, this is a jubilous great day.
You could tell someone's still excited from last night's game.
Still a little pumped. You know me, I'm not very high energy, but I let it out of the box once in a while. So
I kind of wish I was with you when you were watching this game. It would have been fun to watch you watch the game.
not only was I correctly decorated with my spirit beads, 12 jersey, my glorious hat that you see before you, but I also took time out to go to the Derby Street Pickleball Club so everyone else could watch me watching the game.
Oh, wow.
And Dr. Travis was there, and Jay Patchett Esquire and I were running the table at the Derby Street Pickleball Club, and so it was great. So it was a little tense there. You know, there was a lot of walkways, hey, I think we've got this one after an interception or two, but I mean, the game was just so intense both ways.
It was. It was a good game. It was a really good game.
Yeah. So
what'd you do this weekend? How was the cabin?
Didn't do the cabin. We went up to Provo, caught BYU Liberty game, which was almost as exciting as the Seattle and San Francisco game, or the Minnesota game, or the LSU game. Once again, it was back and forth. Liberty almost came back and to tie. But we had a good time, went up there. We did some sightseeing around Provo. Got to do some family activities. Dominated at some spike ball as well. So
Pickleball and spike ball. An all-around athlete.
And hopefully in the morning we'll be playing round ball, otherwise known as basketball. So just, at our age, Adam, you got to stay active.
Dude, you're telling me. This Sunday is my day, man. This weekend is the Las Vegas Marathon, the Rock and Roll Las Vegas Marathon down on the Strip, Saturday and Sunday. But the half marathon, which I'll be participating in, and the full marathon will be on Sunday. So I've gotten ready for that. I'm ready to run this. So last Sunday I did a little test. I decided to run the half marathon on my own, kind of see where I was at endurance wise, all that stuff.
Yeah, Shelly called me and said, in case of an emergency.
Well, everything worked out real well. I felt like I'm ready for this race. I'm ready to run it. This is my first one, so I just wanted to make sure everything was good. The only problem I had was after between 8 and 9 miles, my toes started going numb in my shoes. You wake up in the morning, the little ants biting your toes. Yeah, they went numb. So I kind of Googled it, tried to figure it out, talked to some people that are a lot more experienced at this than I am. So making sure my shoes are right, making sure everything's right. But yeah, I'm ready to do this. So yeah, staying active is really important at our age. I had a good weekend, man.
We had a great weekend, good travels, good times. It'll probably surprise you, but traveling for me really does gear me up for business. Like, it sets me up, it gives me some fresh ideas.
Actual driving or just traveling? Like
traveling and
you like to drive?
I do it pretty easily, out of habit. So yeah, going to the Utah office, what Adam likes to refer to as the cabin. I just kind of get in the mode and just.
Besides building the cabin, what work is getting done at the Utah office?
We have some tongue and groove. We actually need a washer and dryer put in. So if you know a good plumber, we could, and when I say put in,
I know a lot of plumbers. I don't know if I know any good ones.
Put in washer dryer means run the supply lines,
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, run the drain line, run the Romex for the electrical, put in a box. So put in means,
Yeah,
yeah.
not just the two square things.
No, not just hook up the hoses.
But anyways, yeah, so this weekend we just hung around, but it was cool. Monday was Veterans Day. So we took the kids, the wife and I took the kids down to 4th Street, downtown Las Vegas, and watched the Veterans Day Parade. It's one of the biggest Veterans Day parades.
I saw that,
Yes,
yeah.
it was awesome. So by chance, we just kind of picked a corner, kind of close to where we park. Marching all the kids through downtown Las Vegas is not high on anyone's list. So what we decided to do was we just picked a spot. Well, luckily, I thought it was lucky. 2 gentlemen sat next to us, and one of them was in a wheelchair. And I noticed that he was wearing a World War II veteran's hat. And he looked up there in age that would make sense,
Yeah.
And I don't know if it was his grandson or his son that was sitting next to him, but we kind of got to talking a little bit. And he was 100 years old, and he was in the Battle of the Bulge.
Wow.
And he was telling us all about it. Well, the people in the parade really picked up on this, and it was a wonderful tribute and respect to him. Throughout the parade, a lot of the floats would stop, and some of the senators or some of the politicians that were in the parade, they would stop, get out of their float, walk up to him, shake his hand, thank you for your service, and it was a really neat opportunity to just sit there and kind of watch everyone else's reaction to him. And I mean, to be honest with you, I don't know how many, but there can't be that many alive World War II veterans out there.
I don't think there is. There was an article, I think, about him and about some of the other veterans that are in that age range, at 100, 102. So
Well, there was one guy in the parade on the side of his car. He said he was a World War II veteran, and he was 103. So the guy was sitting next to 100, 103. I mean, you're talking that kind of ballpark, so there
Yeah.
can't be that many.
No.
So it was fun. It was fun to check it all out and see. The firemen had their ladders out with the big flag over over 4th Street, and it was a beautiful day. You
Yeah.
couldn't ask for a better day. You hear the rest of the country getting cold right now, and all the snow and delays and stuff, and here we are. What was the high today? 76.
Yeah, 76,
Awesome.
78, something like that. It was gorgeous.
This is the best time of year, man, to
Oh.
be in Southern Nevada.
Yeah, it feels bad for our fans out there that are somewhere else. We're enjoying the beautiful weather for you.
Yeah, you can always come down here and enjoy it with
Yeah.
us.
Come down here, get on the podcast with us.
Yeah. So yeah, it was good. It was good. This is a fun time of year. Getting ready for Thanksgiving, thinking about some plans.
Yeah, I'm noticing, I think it's not just our school district, but a lot of school districts are taking the whole week off.
Yeah.
We've got a whole slew of activities planned for each day, so I think it should be good weather, good times.
So what do you do for Thanksgiving? You stay here in town?
Over the years, this is the first year in the last 3 or 4 years that we're staying here, because your friend Christy is coming back.
Yeah.
Now that they moved away 4 months ago, it's like the long last sheep are coming back. So this big hurrah every day and
Well, that's fun.
cousin time, and typically we've actually gone up to Reno to do Thanksgiving with my family. But with Christy coming to town, we, rescheduled to do Thanksgiving week here in town. So
Nice. Sounds like fun. Yeah, this year it's my family's turn. We always switch. My wife's family, my family, go back and forth.
we
So-
used to do that, but now it's more like we just kind of play it by ear and roll with whatever is coming up. So
Nice. So, how do you celebrate Thanksgiving, or how do you get your kids excited for Thanksgiving and what the real meaning of Thanksgiving is, being grateful for the things that you have? How do you instill that with your kids?
cranberry sauce.
Cranberry sauce. A lot of food.
Let's
I
start.
usually do it with the pies.
Let's start with cranberry sauce. So, is cranberry sauce a vegetable, fruit, or a condiment for you?
Oh man.
This is a very serious question, and I apologize to bring the mood down.
I don't really add it to too much stuff. I'll have cranberry juice. How's that? So I say it's a fruit.
So you'll eat it right out of the can, right off the dish. No meat, no potatoes necessary. That's where the discussion is.
It's just a side piece.
Is it a side dish, or does it go on your?
It goes on the plate.
Well, no. Does it go on the plate, or does it go on the other food?
Well, it ends up touching the other food.
Okay.
I mean, there's a lot of food on that plate, but it's just on that plate.
Do you eat it like Jello,
Yeah.
or? Okay, yeah. See, that's normal. So that's on tape. That's 2 witnesses. For everyone else who says it's a
Okay.
condiment, you're eating it incorrectly.
Now you
like-
got to tell us a backstory. I feel like there's a backstory to this.
I since like day one in the Park Lane home, it's been a discussion of cranberry sauce being a condiment, which is like, like ketchup on your fries, or you put your cranberry sauce on your turkey. And
Well, I know people who do that.
Yeah,
They'll kind of
weirdos.
mix it up.
Yeah, weirdos.
No, but I just eat it like a Jello.
Yeah, me
kind of
too.
thing.
I do too. It's absolutely delicious. It goes on that dish and goes from the dish to my dish, and then from that dish it goes straight into the gullet.
Man, I could just imagine the conversations at the table over there. You
It's
try to educate them all.
Yeah, it's intense. It's intense. Yeah, I mean that's always like a heated discussion. Like, no, this is how we were raised. It's a condiment. I'm like, don't try to get all fancy schmancy on me. This is just an upgraded Jello, okay? This is like healthy version of Jello. Nice
So
try.
how do they do it? They just take it right out of the can, slice it up in
Yes.
round slices, boom, there it is.
Yeah, and then I end up eating most of it anyway, so I don't even know why they're trying to have a discussion about it, but
Yeah, but trying to get the kids into it, get them a chance to take a break and to kind of be grateful for the things that they have. We always take a moment and try to talk about these things with them. Usually their patience runs thin and they just want to eat or play or mess around with their cousins and stuff. But we always try to take some time and try to really instill in them the wonderful blessings that they have, I mean.
yeah, so we do have some traditions, and one of that is kickball in
There we go.
in the Park Lane half acres,
Mhm.
and then,
Out in the street,
no, in the backyard.
in the backyard.
And but as far as thankfulness goes, we strive to do that all the time, not just now. And
Now you're one up in me as a parent. We only wait till this time of year to do it.
yeah. So it's funny. I don't know if your parents are like this, but growing up, everything was uphill in the snow both ways. And as a kid, we almost kid about it. Oh, I know you had it harder when you were a kid. And now I'm a parent. And guess what? Now, not only do I say, oh, I had it harder, but here's the map I took. And here's the pictures that I took to go along with.
Oh, yeah.
I had it harder than you. And, but I think actually we are pretty, I don't know if you can say proud as parents, but we actually enjoy, or not enjoy, but we and it's been a big thing for Sarah, and I really, give her credit that she's always had this sense of awareness of, our kids not, kind of being in tune with not only money, but the economy and relationships with other people and being grateful for what we already have. So
I think that comes from like a style of parenting. Like we've talked about this before of how open we are more with our kids today than our parents were with us. My parents never talked money, but we talk more about that with our kids. We talk when things are good, or hey, things are tight. Things are going to be tight for the next couple months because of this and this and this, and they know that, and so they're aware of whatever situation that we're in. So we try to be more vocal with them and let them know. And I think it's a good lesson of life. They need to know that sometimes life throws curveballs at you. Things get tight. Things get tough. Situations that are out of your control come into your life, and you have to deal with it. And we involve them, not just shelter them and say, oh no, everything's fine, don't worry about it. Like we were raised, I think, and we never thought anything was wrong. But we tried, okay, don't get me wrong, we don't let our kids know every single detail, but we know when things get a little crazy.
Yeah, I've always wanted to have my children be more financial literate, as you know, I'm in the financial world, and I want to be able to pass a lot of that experience and knowledge on. And part of that too is when you talk about gratitude, is when you have to pay your own money for something, you become a lot more grateful.
Oh yeah.
And so we've been really staunch at having our kids pay for their big field trips. And it goes twofold in the fact of like Sarah and I are grateful for the fact that we're able to offer those opportunities to our kids to earn income to pay for those trips. And so it's not just like, hey, it's not impossible. No, here's some opportunities to work, and then here's the payout for it.
Yeah, exactly. We had that opportunity with my oldest daughter last year for choir. She wanted to go to New York City. The choir was going to New York City. They were going to perform and have this whole trip. And we had a lot of stuff going on, and we sat her down and says, okay, you got plenty of time. You're going to pay for it. We can't swing this trip. We can't do it this time. We have this other stuff that we really need to pay for, and it's really important, and it just came up. So you're going to have to work at it. And she did. And she paid every penny of it. She saved up her saving money. She worked hard at it. And when you hear her talk about that trip today, I mean, she values that trip and those memories that she had with the choir and her friends and the school and the things she was able to see while she was there. You know, it was a good time for her.
Yeah. Well, there's adverse effects too. The only con, so my son paid for a scout camp that didn't have the payout that he equated with the work that he put into it. We actually, the following year, we did another scout camp at the Utah office, and consequently had just as much fun, if not more fun, and it didn't cost him the work.
But see, that's a valuable lesson in itself. How many times have you spent money on something and it didn't come out the way you wanted it?
Yeah.
You save up, you buy that car, one of your first cars, and it just turns into a lemon and it's a piece of junk and you're constantly fixing it, and then you wish you never bought it. I mean, that happens all the time. So that's a valuable lesson right there.
That is. So.
Well, right on, man.
And what else are you guys planning? Anything else for So I think the other big question out there right now is, have you been to a store lately?
A store? Oh yeah.
Yeah, any store.
I know exactly where you're going with this.
So are you
Yes.
Christmas up?
No. We are firm. We are firm. Just like your cranberry little fetish, whatever you want to call it. We are definitely firm that Christmas starts after Thanksgiving. We don't put up any holiday lights, decorations, or anything. We also, my wife will not. The kids try to sneak it. But the radio stations are already starting to creep in the Christmas music.
That's not happening. That's
so they
a no-no.
So they get in the car and they change it over to whatever station is playing the Christmas music.
106.5.
And they start playing it. And my wife, nope, not till after Thanksgiving. As soon as Thanksgiving's over, we have plenty of time for Christmas. So
I used to be Christmas up after my birthday. For those that are on our Patreon account, my birthday is December 6th. Coming quick, so hopefully you have something saved. And once again, thank Rooftop Realty. I'm sure they'll be getting me a lovely present, much like the swag I'm wearing tonight. Our new Carhartt jackets / hoodies.
I'm freezing over here.
Yeah, this is. I feel like I could be comfortable in any weather with this new swag. I used to have just a personal rule of, you know what, we don't celebrate Christmas until after my birthday. My birthday,
Would you say it was December 6th?
Yeah, always overshadowed. They're like, I'd get, everyone else gets their presents, has a great birthday. I would get the crown sets. Like, hey, this is the free gift we got for shopping on Black Friday. Here you go, Cousin Eric. Hey, we got this. Yeah, we opened it up already. We kind of played with it, put it back in the box, didn't really like it. Here you go, here's your birthday present. I'm like, these are your Christmas gifts that you're handing down to me because you didn't like them.
No, I mean, thinking it's your birthday wasn't after Christmas, you would have had all the leftover white elephant gifts.
Oh, and so, for early on in our marriage, I was like, no, we are not doing any Christmas until after my birthday. And just like a good stone, kids come along and they start chiseling on you. They start chiseling on you. So my daughter is pro Christmas. She's got a giant elf inside of her, and so not that her dad is easily mended by daddy's girl, but when she wants to go pro Christmas, it's great. She'll actually get everything down and start setting everything up. So even as parents, we're just sit back and watch it on.
So has she started yet?
She wanted to, because we read an article that says the earlier you start on Christmas, the happier you are. And
I don't know about that.
But we have family coming in town for Thanksgiving, and so my wife's like, let's hold off. We don't want everything to get trashed. So let's be prudent about this. Let's celebrate Thanksgiving, take it on approach, and we'll have plenty of time.
One holiday at a time. One holiday at a time. That's the way I see it. And I agree with my wife. I don't want to get it out of control. Thanksgiving, we don't have crazy decorations at Thanksgiving, but we have a few. We set it up. We have Thanksgiving at our house this year. And then after that, now usually, I have that 4-day weekend. So that Friday or Saturday, I start hanging lights outside. I got the extra time. We get ready. And then that following week, what we do is we go up to Caliente, outside of Caliente, and we go harvest our own Christmas trees.
That's
so
sweet.
we
That's
hike
tender.
through the hills. I don't know about tender.
Can I give you a little teaser?
My wife has
Can I
to
give you a
find
little
a
teaser?
certain tree.
Hold on, let me throw a teaser out real quick before you
What's
talk about this tree. So I'm going to tell you why Thanksgiving, it's great that you bring this about, is related so entwined and so important this year to the United States of America. Just a little teaser coming up after Adam tells us about, taking his 10 steps off of the road in Caliente, finding a sweet little tree, and then hopping right back in the van. I don't want to steal your thunder, but go ahead.
Well, the tree hunting has become kind of this art form, and I have to give it to my wife. She wants a particular tree in there, and she has a vision of what her tree's going to look like. And when it's all said and done, and after the work is all done, the tree looks beautiful. We always have a wonderful tree every single year. But the work to get a tree that is equal all the way around, that's not from a farm, you can't.
No, that's outstanding.
Yeah, well, the sun, you got your north and south. I mean, you got to get a tree that's sitting on the mountain just right.
Yeah.
So it
And
gets
young
sun
enough
all the way
that you can
around
fit
it,
in the house.
so it's equal. And you know where those trees are?
On top.
On top of the freaking mountain.
Yeah.
The roads are down in the valley. So we hike all the way up and we go from tree to tree. And what I do is I'll go out first, sometimes in the morning, and I'll take red ribbon and I'll tie it. And these are trees that I think are good enough. And she'll come and improve, and usually we'll pick one.
Do you guys have a place in Caliente, or
No.
where's this venture from?
We go up the road like you're heading to Caliente, and then there's a dirt road, and we softly turn right.
Okay.
I don't know what it's called, but
So do you
I
guys
know
go
where
up
the
there and
roads are.
camp?
No, it's just a one-day thing. We bring some food, we have friends, we go up there.
Not
and-
that we've ever been invited, but continue on.
And we go up there and we just hang out, and sometimes there's snow, sometimes there's not. I don't think this year we're gonna have any snow. But we go and we find a tree, and we do no power tools. We use saws or hatchets, which we never use the hatchet. We only use the
Axe.
No, we don't use an axe. I mean, the tree barks are not that big. So anyways, we cut them down. Usually we get a couple. I try to get one for someone else or whatever. And then, and we have a great time, and it's a fun memory. And then we come back through.
So
I'm hesitant to tell this story, but there's a place, they don't serve them anymore. But anyone who's come through Alamo and Ash Springs, there's a Shell station and a gas station called Our Place, okay? And
Been there.
yeah,
Yeah.
they used to have these chimichangas in there that were, well, they're probably just a chimichanga you buy at Costco, but they deep fry it. And if you deep fry anything, it's delicious. So it doesn't really matter where, I mean, I
Yeah.
don't know who personally makes these things, but they deep fry them. So it kind of counteracts. Anyways, I love these chimichangas. So every time we go through, I score me some chimichangas, but they haven't had them in a while.
Oh, you got to get the word out.
Well, it would be nice if they started cooking them again.
Yeah.
But yeah, we always get a chimichanga, and I actually have a chimichanga dance I do,
Nice.
but I'm not going to do it now.
All right.
I have to have the chimichanga.
Well,
It's on Facebook. You can find it.
We'll look for it. We'll
Yeah.
highlight it. So why do you think? So staying with the topic of Thanksgiving, why do you think Thanksgiving applies more to today than probably in the last 2 decades? Just as a guess.
Meaning
Do you want me
applies.
Do you want me to give you some multiple choice?
Yeah, you're gonna have to explain that question a little bit better.
Okay. So answer number 1 is divided politically, the country. B, having a informational society, having a hated, a pro-hate society or culture. They call it. I think they call it. What do they call it? Hater culture, or A, B, or C. Which one?
Could it be D, all of the above?
It could be D, all of the above, but I'm going to venture down the real answer is A. So how Thanksgiving came about was post-Civil War. And so post-Civil War, quick story, so they have this, the North has won now. They've had this, it came after the Battle of Gettysburg, the bloodiest battle the United States ever had. And they needed to find a way to reunite the country. And how they did that was like the Martha Stewart of the day, I forget her name, I think her last name was Smith or something. And she's like, hey, I have this great idea. I have this magazine with recipes. And at the end of the day, it was food that brought, so the South totally bought into it and started making the same recipes. They started ordering food from the North. The North started ordering, different ingredients from the South. So the economic trade started happening again, and the country as a whole was able to mend over the Thanksgiving table. It was actually, I think Thanksgiving was instituted as a national holiday, I want to say October 13th. And so I just found that story out, and I found it like profoundly.
That's definitely not what they teach in school.
It's not, but this is important.
But food does bring people together. I completely agree with that. I there's nothing better. But at Thanksgiving, even in our household, we have to. I don't know about yours, but we have
Ours
to.
is harmonious.
Well, and ours is too, very. But at the same
Once
time,
in a while, not all the time.
but at the same time, you have to be careful. There's a lot of people in our family that has different political views and stuff like that, and you don't want to start an argument unnecessarily. You don't want to just bring something rational up, so you kind of leave that conversation aside. We even have different religious views in our family, so we leave that conversation aside, and we just talk about the things of being family and things that are important, and try to keep it very harmoniously, kind of thing. But I don't know. I mean, I think you got to be careful
With what?
with your conversation at the dinner table.
No, cranberry sauce is
Food brings
not a
people.
condiment.
Food brings people together, but you still you do gotta be careful. I
Well-
think you do.
I think the whole, actually, talking about why food can bring people together is deposits. Like if you're willing to make deposits in other people, you have to remember back in the late 1800s, cooking was an all-day event. And even today, when I'm selling a house, if you have a double oven, they know that they're only going to use that twice, maybe 3 times during the holidays. But for a lot of people, having that double oven and having the opportunity to entertain and have people over is, part of the American dream. Hey, I want to have, a big enough spot. I want to be able to entertain. I want to have a table big enough. I want to be able to cook enough pies, and I think that means a lot to a lot of people. You know, my family did
It's huge.
Speaking of deep fried, is I don't know if you've heard of deep fried turkey, but those
Have
are.
I heard of it?
No, have you had it?
Oh, have I? Can you see me? I mean, yes, I've had it.
Well, I
Many
thought
times.
maybe you just saw it on YouTube.
No,
but,
no.
Yeah, my family, we did deep fried turkeys for years and years, and
So do you like that better than in the oven?
oh yeah, absolutely. That's without a question. I mean, that's like it's like asking you, do you want ketchup on your fries? I mean, that the deep fried turkey comes out. It's so succulent, you know, crispy on the outside, juicy on the inside. I mean, I haven't had a Popeyes chicken sandwich yet, but that's what I imagine. That's why everyone's running. Is I'm pretty sure they just
Did they start that again?
They started it again. Yeah, it's back up and running.
Man, maybe we need to go get some.
Yeah, have you had one?
I've never had one.
I've never had one either. But once again, for our fans and subscribers, I'm Eric Humes. This is Adam Short. Thank you to our gracious host, Rooftop Realty, coming out with some new holiday jingles. We're going to be featured in the Henderson Light Parade and the Boulder City Light Parade, as well as we are accepting Popeyes chicken sandwiches for whatever reason. You know, maybe because the Hawks won last night, because the Hawks are a good team, because Danger Russell Wilson is the epitome of what NFL players should be. I can think of a lot of reasons.
You are all over the place.
What?
Are you going to have the sandwiches here on Saturday night?
Oh, for the VJK watching party?
The big watching party,
I
man.
think that should be a prize. Like we could have a round table of, you know,
That.
who
a
gets
drawing.
a little drawing.
There we go.
Little
There we
pinwheel.
go. I like that.
See who gets the chicken sandwich. I like that.
That's a good idea.
That is a good idea.
Grand idea. I think you'll have people showing up just for the chicken sandwiches, and stick around for the hockey.
Yeah, the hockey's getting a little rough right now, so
Yeah,
I'm
they're-
excited to see who the real fans are and who's taking their stickers off their cars right now just because our season's a little rough
No
right
way.
now.
No way. And then, so what time here?
1:00. It's an afternoon game.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we're working on having a taco truck show up, but you know, I don't know how the taco truck would compete with the Popeye sandwich.
I bet the people running the taco truck will still come in and spin the wheel for the chicken sandwich.
Oh, absolutely. So
I think it sounds like a good time.
it does. So all is welcome if you're subscribing or thinking about subscribing. The VGK watching party. VGK is Vegas Golden Knights. If you haven't had the opportunity to enjoy one of their tremendous games at the wonderful T-Mobile, otherwise known as the T-Mobile Arena.
Eric will get you seats down on the glass.
I'm pretty sure the reason
If you
why.
sit with me, you're going to bring binoculars.
And don't forget, you better have some comfortable shoes if you're with Adam because you're in the standing room only.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
But no, what I was gonna say is like I was talking to a friend today, and he's like looking online. He's like, you know, when the Golden Knights play Anaheim, it's a $12 ticket. When they go to play in Phoenix, it's $12 and you get a hot dog. You know, the cheapest ticket here at the T-Mobile, $75. Really, it's $82 plus, you know, after taxes, fees, and everything else. So it's quite a different experience. But just the overall experience is tremendously different from what I hear. Excited to see you in the ice bath after Saturday. So.
Oh, no, man. I'll be solid. I'll be here Tuesday night ready to go.
I'm solid as a rock.
Nah.
I'm exhausted. So.
I'm actually looking forward. Are you going to come out and cheer me on?
No.
No?
I'm disappointed that I'm not doing it, so I don't want to. It's like rubbing salt in my own wounds.
No, I'm pretty stoked. Got a friend coming in from Arizona. He's gonna run it with me, and you remember Jonathan Wells?
Who?
Jonathan?
Wells?
Yeah. That's a cousin, Mikey's.
Not good at. I don't think not good at golf. The non-coordinated Jonathan
man.
Wells.
You know what? He's gonna be here in town this weekend. I'm gonna have to.
Pretty
bring him
boy,
up.
Pretty Bill Jonathan
Yeah,
Wells.
Yeah, yeah.
No, never met him before.
Yeah, he's running it with me.
Hey, Jonathan,
It's going to be a good time. I'm looking forward to it.
we'll come back and edit this podcast once you bring your subscribers with you. So if you could bring some subscribers, then we will definitely promote you better.
Anyways,
For all full disclosure, I've known Jonathan for over 20 years, and I'm proud to call Jonathan one of my friends.
yeah, he's a good dude, man. And so it's going to be fun. I think he was surprised when I hit him up about, I don't know, a year ago, I think it was, when I hit him up and said, hey, man, I'm thinking of running. What do you think?
I'm surprised that he can run.
No, what surprised that I can run. He can run. He's good at it.
What, Adam? When you're our size, running comes easy. You just gotta keep, things in motion tend to stay in motion. All you gotta do is keep a little
Lean forward a little
lean
bit.
forward a little bit, and just keep falling down for another 12 miles.
When you got 240 pounds pounding on your feet, dude, that's...
Like you said at the beginning of the show, you didn't even feel it after you were done.
Yeah, they slowly start to numb.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm running on air.
So,
But anyways, no, it's all good. But hey, the other thing is, to the ones that subscribe, thank you so much for supporting us that way. But tell your friends, tell everyone about us. We're on Facebook, we're on Instagram. We have a Patreon account, and please check it out. All the links are on our social medias. So just hit it up, watch us on YouTube, or listen to us on your drive to work or whatever, but that's the best way to support the podcast is by listening. Leave us a remark, good or bad. A couple people have given us some really good, honest criticism to make this better, and we're open to everything.
feedback is what I would call it, not criticism.
Or
And
feedback, whatever.
hints and tips.
But it's helpful, and it's going to
Absolutely.
make this a better podcast for you guys and for us, and it's going to make it make it better. But we're open for any kind of suggestion. So shoot us our way, send us a message, DM us on Instagram, or message us on Facebook, comment, share. Just the more the word gets out, more people will get in contact with us, and we can make this thing grow. So we're
Absolutely.
excited.
Thank you again, and hope to see you guys soon.
All right, man. See you later, Eric.
All right,
See you later.
I'm off to Popeyes.
All right.